because, you know, there are a lot of unknown variables in governance. You know, you sleep well, you wake up, a lot of things have happened. So experience guides me in taking those decisions. So it has helped. I like speaking to facts, and I believe in data. Every year, only to people, every year I commission an opinion poll and a perception survey in the states, but I don't make it public. And the response of Ekiti people in the last two that we have conducted, you know, has shown that they are happy with what we are doing, because it's not really about me. You know, if I'm happy with what I'm doing, if I assume that I've achieved, if the people don't own it and it doesn't translate to tangibles for them, then I count it as failure. So it's not how I feel about myself. It's about what those people feel about government policies. And the responses from across the sectors in the Ekiti state, according to the survey, you know, points to one direction, that they're extremely happy. And I thank God for that. So it's not about what I feel about it, because governance is about the people. So the people are the currency of governance, and they are the most important stakeholders in the project. So across the 6 pillars, the people have shown tremendous happiness and acceptability of our policies. So I give God all the glory for that. Well, shared prosperity means that everybody in the Ekiti State, they are stakeholders. On the day of election, all of them went out to vote for us. Either you are educated or you are not educated. I keep telling people that on the day of election, all votes are equal. The vote of the farmer carry one value, carry same value as the vote of a medical doctor. So shared prosperity, in a nutshell, means that as we are taking care of the interests of those that are in formal employment, those that are not in government employment too, they have a space, they have a seat on the table. So shared prosperity means that everybody in the Ekiti State, irrespective of your social position, you know, government has a responsibility to take care of you. You know, that it means a government life more abundance for everybody than people like that. I must confess that my governance style rattles a lot of people, and people is new to Ekiti people. You have a governor who has decided not to act as a governor, who has decided to put the power of governance in the cooler, not using the power of the office of governor, who believe in reaching out to people, who believe in building consensus, who doesn't want to breathe down on the neck of the people. So all these things are alien to our politics in the Ekiti State. So people were a bit confused. Immediately we started, but I thank God that they are now seeing the reason why we opted for a governance style, you know, that tilts towards the people, that prioritizes the people. What that one does is, one, it liberalizes the environment. It makes people to own your policies. It makes people to be free to give feedback to you, and it gives you an atmosphere of peace. And once there's peace, you know, there'll be development. You know, so my governance style is deliberate and it's working, and I give God all the glory. I've made up my mind that I'm not going to make an enemy of anybody. I don't see anybody as my enemy in the Ekiti State. Yes, you may not agree with my perspective, but that does not make you my enemy. So I try to reach out to people. I try to consult widely, you know, with all the stakeholders in the state, irrespective of political affiliation. You know, I've tried to do that, and that has enabled us, you know, to tap from the experiences of others. You know, I stay in my office, people will call me that there's an opportunity somewhere. And these opposition members, there's an opportunity, there's a window here, we have opened it, go and knock on the door. So all this is translated to what you are seeing, to tangibles in Ekiti State for the people. So we prioritize the welfare of the people, as because I believe strongly, you know, that no matter how well-intentioned a government is, if you lose the people, you have lost everything. And I stumbled on a quotation by the CBN governor yesterday that really rattled me, and he said that return on people is more important than return on investment. And I was very happy that the CBN governor could make such profound statements, that people are more important than return on investment. So as far as we are concerned, our governance side, has put the people at the front burner, and that has been validated by the CBN governor. So all our policies, they are tilted towards advancing the cause of our people, making life meaningful for them, creating an ecosystem that enables them to thrive, and that gives them peace of mind so that they can plan their life. Our wage scale is one of the best in the country. We are not the richest state in this country, and that speaks of my belief in the people. So we have one of the best scales in the country, and the NSC have attested to that. Then it's also true that we have not taken any commercial loan to prosecute any of the ongoing projects in the state, scattered across all the 6 pillars. And I give credit to the president. His policies free more resources to the subnationals. His policy of removal of first subsidy, unifying the exchange rate, his prudential guidelines, free more resources to the subnationals. So all governors have resources, you understand, to run government the way they would have loved to. So that is why we are able to, yes, pay the minimum wage and also take on critical infrastructure across the state. So I'm very grateful to Mr. President for this, and on behalf of all the governors in the country, and all of us, we have resources to meet the aspiration of our people, and that is why we'll be able to do this. There'll be a quantum leap, in the resources that accrue to state and local government in the country. Well, it's been extremely successful. Youth and job creation is one of the pillars we are running on, and we have tried to ensure that, because if you look at the demography, the unemployment rate in Ekiti State is 32.3%, and 90% of these are youths. So you need to create a strategy that we engage them productively. And what we have done is we created a Ministry of Employment and Job Creation. Then I also took sport out of youth and created a Ministry of Youth Development, so that these two ministries will collaborate and ensure that they come up with strategies that will gainfully employ our youth. But the truth of the matter is that the government itself doesn't have the absolute capacity to onboard everybody. So you must create an ecosystem that also allows them, to be an employer of labor. All of them cannot get into government employment through vocational training, through digital and innovation, through sports, through entertainment, and through the EKZ. So it's not accidental that we created the Ministry of Science, Innovation and Digital Economy. So across the state, we are also in the process of building innovation hubs that will allow our youth to be active, through that sector. We are also making loans available to them, through a connection with Bank of Agric, Bank of Industries. We are teaching them financial literacy. So those that ask businesses, we are supporting them. And in addition to that, we have a massive youth in agric project that, as I speak today, that has onboarded over 5,000 youths. And we are presently constructing dormitories and farm settlements for them across the state. Then we have a broader strategy that also enables them to get involved in livestock production. We have 8 clusters across the state. So we are hoping a lot of channels for our youths, the serious-minded one, to get involved in agric. Those that are not interested in agric, if they want to do businesses, then the Minister of Investment will handhold them, train them, link them with access to cheap capitals to do whatever they want to do. Those that are interested in sport, they also have where to go to. So a whole mixed grill of strategies have been put in place, and I'm so happy that our youths have taken advantage, of all these strategies to be gainfully employed. Well, before we went into it, we also asked ourselves one question: why is it that you don't want to go into agric? And we discovered that they didn't want to go into agric because, one, there's no government support. 2, they don't believe they can make enough money from agric. 3, they don't have implements, there's no extension services, and it's capital intensive. So we sat down and I said, okay, if these are these challenges, how do we resolve it? And I went to the president and I told him that, look, Mr. President, I have this idea, these are the challenges, I need your support. And the president assisted. So we cleared land for them, we gave them seedlings, we employ more extension workers, and we also created an aggregation company that buys the proceeds from them, so saving them from the rip-off of middlemen or middlewomen. So once the lands are cleared for them, free of charge, we give them improved seedlings, free of charge. Some of them are drought and disease resistant. They have extension service workers that work with them from planting to harvesting, and when they harvest, there's a company that buys from them. So the first year we ran it, 3,000 youth showed interest. Only 1,000 stayed because they didn't trust the program. So 6 months after, when we bought from them and we paid those guys, and they saw that, look, it's not a fluke, that this is real. As we speak today, we have 5,000 units. So we have expanded from 6 clusters to 13 clusters. We have 16 local government in Ekiti. Only 2 local government now has not been on board. Because I said that, look, we have to wait because it's getting a bit more capital intensive than what the state can carry, And so we are looking at it. So I have to peg it to 5,000. As I speak to you, we are building hostels in 6 locations. Each hostel will take like 200 youths. And we're also building security houses for them, so that they'll be secured. Because apart from clearing land for them, we also have to provide security for all those lands, all those locations across the state. So it's extremely capital intensive. But I'm happy because these youth now realize that, look, they can go to the farm, they can cultivate, and it won't be grazed upon. They now told me when I went out that, look, the distance from their communities to the farm is far. They want to be living on the farm, and they're building hostels for them. I will challenge to go around. As at yesterday, they're bringing mattresses, DSTV, everything into those, we call it Renew Hope Farm Settlement. So we are partnering it after the Awolowo Farm Settlement, and I'm so excited about this. If there's one thing that makes me happy, is the fact that we have crafted a program that has brought the youth, into gainful employment, So without also losing sight of big-time commercial farmers that are in the state, but across the value chain, we can't just be taking care of commercial farmers alone. Our youth must also, and now most of those commercial farmers now also want to buy from these people, from our youth. So there's markets, everybody is happy, and they're making money, and I'm so excited. But unfortunately, we'll not be able to expand it more than what we have now because of the capital outlay that it requires. It requires a lot of capital. Last year we cleared 1,500 hectares. This year we have cleared 5,000 hectares of land, and it's not easy. I'm looking for money now to buy close to 35 Hilux vehicles so that we can deploy. I've recruited more Amateku, more agro rangers. We have to pay their salaries. You have to kit them, to be in charge of all the 13 farm settlements, because it's going to be discouraging for them to plant. They go before they come back, it has been grazed upon. So we don't want all those things to happen. So the capital outlay is extremely massive. But I'm happy that in spite of that we are able to move ahead. Last year, the Commission for Agric shared a data from National Bureau of Statistics with us. Last year, Ekiti State has the highest food inflation in the Southwest. As at first quarter of this year, we are number 2. We have moved up to number 2. So that speaks to something. You know, that because the proceeds of the last year intervention is already in the market. You know, so we have enough to feed our people, and we have enough to even save for the rainy day. You know, because what we also ensure that doesn't happen, that we don't allow them to sell outside. So the agricultural company will buy from them and warehouse. You know, at the peak of inflation, they have retail outlets across the state. They push all those things out. You know, they are growing more than eight different types of crops. They are doing soya beans, they are doing beans, they are doing rice, they are doing yam, they are doing plantain. You know, all over the states. So I think we have seen that. And I'm not sure that you've had people saying that they've been power again. You know, so that means that speaks to something. People are the greatest currency of any government. Governance should be about the centerpiece of any government should be the people itself. And under market capital development, that's why you have education. That is why you have health, you have governance, you have security. You know, the first thing we did when we got into office is to ensure that we made governance easy for those in formal employment. We took their welfare into as a very serious issue, and we stabilized governance. We created an ecosystem that makes them to see themselves as part and parcel of the government. We pay outstanding emoluments, leave bonus, promotion bonus. We pay gratuity. You know, we paid pension. So and they are happy. We also ensure that we provided the working tools. But for health, all the indicators and all the health indicators in the Ekiti states, they are pointing towards the north. They are doing very well. We are one of the best states when it comes to reduction in neonatal, antenatal mortality, maternal mortality. We are doing that. But our focus in the health sector is to make health accessible, affordable, and available to the people. You know, because all those three are extremely important. We have over 300 primary health care in the state. As we speak today, we've actively renovated over 200. We have 177 electoral wards. That means there's no ward in Ekiti State that doesn't have a functional primary health center. It's not even a building alone. We have recruited nurses. We have also paid their emolument. We are paying cohens. We are paying comments. We are paying everything. And there's a pay parity between health workers in the state and that of the federal government. What they are paying in any federal institution is what the doctor in Ekiti State is earning. So because of that, it has reduced the rate of attrition from our hospitals to the federal facility. You know, so once we do that, we supply consumables. We've renovated the primary health centers, and we have recruited. So when you get there now, you get drugs, you get nurses, you get doctors at the primary health care. At the secondary level, we have 22 secondary facilities. But I did 10 or 11 before he left. The remaining 10 we are doing presently. 5 is already completed. Work is ongoing, and as we are renovating them, we are keeping them with the state of the art medical facilities. And thankfully, the National Assembly members also decided to assist us by pulling together funds to recruit more doctors, and they're going to pay their salaries for the next 1 year. You know, and there's no state in the country that has that kind of collaboration with the members of National Assembly. And I must thank National Assembly members under the leadership of the Senate leader, Senator Bamidele, for coming to. I went to them with Commissioner for Health, and I told them that these are your people. I've done this, but I will not be able to pay. And they asked me, how much will it cost you to get doctors, to get nurses? We get them to figures, and they put resources together. And part of it have come in. We have recruited nurses now. We are recruiting doctors that will work in this facility, and also the tertiary facility in Ekiti is undergoing massive renovation, and a lot of reforms is going on there. If you get there today, we are constructing a very gigantic facility to give them more bed space, and what we are doing is a 100-bed facility at the tertiary hospital. But the strategy is to reduce pressure on the tertiary hospital. That cases, it should be a referral center, and we are going to that now. And we also instituted what we call the Ekiti State Health Insurance Scheme that we call Ulerawale Ekiti, that allows people to access health insurance as long as you are registered. And I'm so glad that most of our senior citizens are registered in the health insurance. So because I believe strongly that a healthy society, healthy people be a productive society. And if you are productive, you will create wealth. And that speaks to our shared prosperity mantra. Because what leads to wealth creation is productivity. If people are not healthy, they can't get involved in productivity. There will be exchange of values. So if they are healthy, they'll be able to go to their farm, they'll be able to go to their markets, they'll be able to trade, they'll be able to go to offices. Once they are productive, there will be exchange of values. And once there's exchange of value, then wealth will be created. So it's not a rocket science. So the people must be healthy. Once they are healthy, everybody will be okay. And the same thing in the education sector. Across the states, we are recalibrating our education facility from primary school, secondary school, as well as universities across the state. We have also taken the welfare of the teachers into consideration, and we're also looking at our curriculum to ensure that it speaks to the need of the 21st century. So we are doing this, and I'm grateful to Mr. President for all his support.
This is a two-part interview. We will bring you the concluding part in our next episode. Please join us then. Meanwhile, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain on Ekiti On The Move this week. You can watch this episode and subsequent ones on our social media platforms showing on your screen. It is bye for now.